In what ways has the education industry been reinvented? Hi, and welcome to another Wernicke video. My name's Ali Reza, and this is another video on education industry, and how it has been reinvented. I'm going to teach you some words here, and then we're going to use those words to talk about education and how it has been revolutionized. The first word is competency. Competency is the ability to do things. It's about skill, the ability to do something successfully, or skill. So as an example, competency in communication is essential for effective teamwork. Competency in communication, yes. If you want to have effective teamwork, one of the skills you need to work on is communication. It's about competency in communication. So it means ability and skill. That's the word competency. And another word is mastery. Mastery is comprehensive knowledge or skill or expertise. Mastery, like your mastery in English, can really come in handy when you go abroad. So a mastery in something. For example, mastery of key concepts is required to advance to the next level. Mastery of something, when you have complete expertise in it. So that's mastery. The other word was competency. Let's use those two words, competency and mastery, to talk about how education industry has been reinvented. You may want to try this on your own, or you can give it the response to an AI so it can give you feedback on your response, or you can try it later with a coach. For now, I'm going to give you my response, my own response, which will be, I believe a lot has changed in how education is carried out. Right now, instead of focusing on memorization or just like reading some books or how much time you spend in class, what matters is mastery of the material. And it's basically a competency-based education, where what matters is if you learn something, and more importantly, if you can use it in your life or work. If you can use it, then complete mastery has happened, and that's what we try to achieve. In the past, I believe education was a little bit more focused on theory rather than practice. So this is a change that has happened. And there, I try to use the words competency and mastery. Now, I'm going to read you the response that we have here as a text, and we're going to review it. The shift towards competency-based education is another way the industry has been reinvented. Instead of focusing on seat time and traditional grades, competency-based education measures a student's mastery of specific skills and knowledge. This approach is more personalized and allows students to progress at their own pace, leading to a more tailored learning experience. Now I'm going to read it part by part. The shift towards competency-based education is another way the industry has been reinvented. So competency, as I said, is the ability to do something successfully, or it's a skill. Consider the competence as a noun, and here we have competency. It's a little bit different. Competence, competency. Competency, yeah. Okay, instead of focusing on seat time, so what is seat time? Seat time is the amount of time a student spends in classroom. The amount of time you spend in your classroom is your seat time, and it is not the focus these days. The focus is on mastery. For example, traditional education often measures progress based on seat time rather than skill mastery. Take a look at the word progress here. It's a little bit special. When it's a noun, it's progress with stress on the first syllable. But when it's a verb, it's often pronounced as progress, which is a stress on the last syllable, progress. Notice progress and progress, noun and verb. Anyways, competency-based education measures a student's mastery of specific skills and knowledge. And mastery is comprehensive knowledge or skill or expertise. Mastery of key concept is required to advance to the next level. So it's about grasping something completely, to understand it completely, and to know how to do it. This approach is more personalized and allows students to progress at their own pace. So what is progress? Progress is to move forward or advance. You can progress to the next level. For example, students can progress through the material at their own pace in a competency-based program. We talked about this before. At your own pace means with the speed that is convenient for you. For example, when you study online with online courses, like let's say Udemy or whatever, you study at your own pace. Okay. Leading to a more tailored learning experience. Lead to is to cause, result in. For example, this new approach can lead to a more personalized educational experience. This new approach in learning, it leads to a more personalized educational experience. And the word tailored, tailor, a person who makes clothes for you. We use that to talk about anything that is custom made, so you can be sure that it fits you. So tailored is customized, adapted to individual needs. For example, the course offers a tailored learning experience based on each student's needs. Yes, in modern education, the way education has been reinvented, we try to tailor lessons to specific and individual students' needs. All right, so here we learned the words competency, seed time, mastery, progress, lead to, and tailored. You can find these words in the caption. Now, let's take a look at another response. Here we're going to use the word rise of something. Rise of something is the emergence of something or increase of something. For example, in recent years, we have noticed a rise or the rise of MOOCs. We're going to talk about this later. Massive open online courses are MOOCs. So the rise of something is when something becomes popular. There is obviously a rise in a demand for electric vehicles. That's another example. There is a rise in demand for electric vehicles. All right, or the rise of online platforms has revolutionized learning. So that's the first word, rise of. And the other one is contribute to. If something contributes to another thing, it means it causes that thing to happen, or it has a share or a part in that thing to happen. So contribute to is to help cause something or to play a part in something. For example, technological advancements contribute to the reinvention of various industries. Yes, obviously. With technological advancements, we can see changes happening in different industries, reinventions of various industries. So technological advancements contribute to that. They have a role to play. They have a part in the end result. So that's contribute to. We also learned the word rise of something, which is the emergence of something, the growth in popularity of something. So let's use those two and talk about how education has been reinvented. You can pause the video to have a speaking practice here using those two words. But my response would be the emergence of new platforms, especially massive open online courses. Yes, the appearance of these and the rise of these has revolutionized learning, and this has really contributed to, I would argue, increase in quality of education. This has contributed to mastery of languages in a much shorter time than it was possible years ago. This has contributed to better pronunciation and mastery of all skills in total of when people learn languages. So this is incredible. I love it. Now I'm going to read you the response here. The rise of massive open online courses has also contributed to the reinvention of the education industry. These free or low-cost courses are available to anyone with an internet connection, providing access to education on a global scale. MOOCs have opened up new opportunities for lifelong learning and professional development, particularly for those who may not have access to traditional education. Basically, it has democratized education. Now everyone has access to it. Now let's read it part by part. The rise of massive open online courses. So rise of, as we said before, is the emergence or increase of something. For example, the rise of online learning platforms has changed how education is delivered. It has also contributed to, as we said, contribute is to have a role to play in something. These free or low-cost courses are available to anyone with an internet connection, providing access to education on a global scale. What is on a global scale? You probably know it, but pay attention to the wording of this. On a global scale. On a global scale is worldwide or internationally. For example, MOOCs provide education on a global scale, reaching learners from all over the world. All right. MOOCs have opened up new opportunities. Open up. This is a phrasal verb. Open up. Open up is to create new opportunities, to make something available. For example, MOOCs open up educational opportunities for people who might not have access to traditional schools. All right. And also we have the word professional development. What is professional development? It's the ongoing training to improve skills for a job. When you have a job and you decide to study something, or sometimes your employer offers a learning opportunity for you, this is called professional development. Let's see an example. Many people use MOOCs for professional development to enhance their career skills. Okay, so that was another response. There we learned words like contribute to, which is to have a part to play in something. I can give you yet another example for this. I can say, I hope that with the rise of EVs, okay, let me start again. I hope that the rise of EVs will contribute to a greener world or less pollution. So that's one word we learned, contribute to. We talked about the rise of something, which is the growth in popularity of something. And open up new opportunities is to create new opportunities, and professional development. Now we're going to continue to our another response here. I think it's number 6 probably. Okay, so here we want to learn a few words. One is concept. A concept is an idea or a general notion. A concept. For example, the concept of flipped classrooms has changed the way educators approach teaching. So there we have another word, flipped classrooms. So what is flipped classrooms? It's reversed or inverted. Reversed or inverted. In a flipped classroom, students learn new content at home and apply it during class. So normally in class you learn a new material, but in flipped classrooms, what you do is you study at home, come to school and debate it, talk about it, or apply it. So it's flipped. It's different. It's reversed or inverted. That's flipped. So concept and flipped. Now we want to use those two words to talk about education and how it has been reinvented. We can talk about how flipped classrooms have reinvented education, or they have contributed to a significant difference in how education is delivered. Now, teacher is not the same thing as a book, because when I was a child, I would always say, like, what's the difference between my teacher and the book? I can just study the book. The teacher, at least in schools where I studied, had the role of reading the book to you and explaining. So basically, if you had a bigger book, that was enough. I'm not talking about all teachers. I'm just talking about how education was generally delivered at the time. That was just a role. But over time, things started to change, and teachers were those who would spark a debate or kind of make you think on your own, critical thinking, and generate ideas and apply the knowledge, and they would help you apply the knowledge you had. So this is the emergence of flipped classrooms, and it's an interesting concept. So that's the two words that we wanted to use, concept and flipped. Now let's take a look at the text here and see what it says. The concept of flipped classrooms has reinvented traditional teaching methods. In a flipped classroom, students watch lectures and study course material at home, then use class time for interactive discussions and hands-on activities. This model has been shown to increase student engagement and understanding, making it a popular choice for both K-12 and higher education. There are lots of interesting words to learn there. We already learned the words concept and flipped, so I'm just going to read the first two sentences. The concept of flipped classrooms has reinvented traditional teaching methods. In a flipped classroom, students watch lectures and study course material at home, then use class time for interactive discussions. So what is interactive? We talked about this. It involves everyone's participation. But we can also learn the word hands-on. Hands-on activities. What is hands-on? It's involving active participation. It's practical, hands-on activities. For example, hands-on activities in the classroom help reinforce the material learned at home. Hands-on activities. Those are activities where you have to have active participation. It's practical participation, hands-on. I like the hands-on approach. I don't like to feel like I'm just learning the theory of something rather than being able to apply it. So I prefer a hands-on approach. This model has been shown to increase. What is it? Has been shown? It means it is proven, it is demonstrated. For example, this method has been shown to improve student engagement and learning outcomes. All right. Has been shown to, for example, you can say, this medicine, whatever, has been shown to help patients with diabetes. So you're saying that it is proven, it's a fact, it's a scientific fact, has been shown to. This model has been shown to increase student engagement and understanding, making it a popular choice in both K-12. So what is K-12? K-12. It's kindergarten through 12th grade, primary and secondary education. It's about a range of studies from when you enter school to you finish, probably from age 6 to 18, I suppose. So it's K-12, or maybe even less, kindergarten through 12th grade. So let's see an example. The flipped classroom model is gaining popularity in K-12 education. All right, and also we have the word higher education. Higher education talks about university, right? It's post-secondary education, including colleges and universities. So we have K-12, and then we have higher education. Flipped classrooms are widely used in higher education to enhance learning experiences. So we have this flipped classrooms, both in higher education and in K-12 system. All right, so that was our last response for this video. Was it? Yes, it was. But what I want to do is help you with a pronunciation point here. There are two words that I want to focus on. One is based on, and the other one is flipped. So based on and flipped. In both of these words, there is ed, which is not pronounced like a normal ed, but rather a t sound. I do not say based, rather based, like a te. I'm exaggerating here, obviously, in pronunciation. So based on and flipped. Why are they pronounced like that? It's because they end in specific letters. Based ends before the ed has s, and flipped has p, F-L-I-P, and then doubled, and then ed. So when your word ends in one of these letters, P, F, K, S, C, if it is pronounced like an S, CH or SH, and I think also X. If your word ends in one of these letters, then the pronunciation of ed is te, like flipped or based. And if I want to give you more examples, washed, watched, and booked. Yeah, with a K, booked. So this is just something to make your pronunciation a bit better, hopefully. That's it. Here we learned the words concept, flipped, hands-on in our last response. Has been shown to K-12 and higher education. I'm going to put all of these in the caption, so what you can do is copy them, and next time you have a class, you can use these words to talk, so you can activate these words. You can either talk about education or talk about anything, just use these words in that concept. Maybe some of them are easier to integrate. For example, the word concept, you can integrate it basically into any discussion. But if you want to use the word K to 12, maybe it needs to be something about education. What I want to say is, in order for you to improve your speaking, you really need to be using these words in conversation, in speaking. And it can happen with different methods. One is just right now, talk and use these words, answer the questions. The question is, how has the education industry been reinvented? And now that the video is close to end, you can use these words to answer the question. Or if you're worried about feedback, and I think that's not something you need to be worried about. What matters is that you start to use these words. But if you're worried about feedback, you can talk to AI, some kind of a voice recognition AI. So you can talk and it can help you and give you feedback. Or you can talk to a teacher in a classroom and they can give you feedback on this. Anyways, what matters is that you start to speak and not just, hear these things in your mind and never use them. All right, that's it. I hope it's been helpful, and hopefully we'll have lots of more videos coming.